Tulsa into South Tulsa. I've lived apart from North Tulsa all my life to the point where when I went to visit, it felt like a completely different other city. And when I realized that, I blamed myself the most because it was my ignorance. My standing by when I should have been a neighbor to those people. And to realize that I basically have not even thought of what goes out on my border. And when I come up here today, really, I came up and I researched a whole bunch of numbers about the different business reasons that we should be investing in local business and why outlet stores are just a destructive, parasitic force in our community. But you know what? Councilor Lakin, I know that you are a business leader. And I know you already know the facts. You already know how business works. And you know that when these come into their community, only a third, at most, of what they make goes actually back into the community. What they are putting out is going in a corporate upward chain all across the nation, not here in the local community. If we want to invest in our community, if we want to rebuild and create one Tulsa, we need to invest as a community. Now, this moratorium, as far as I'm concerned, is just a stay of execution. It's 180 days, and we absolutely need it. We need to talk, and we need absolute action, not just reaction. Now, there are many communities all across the nation who, in response to outlet stores targeting their marginal communities, have created a regional commission and worked together with local community leaders as well as elected officials to decide on what can be done and to create an appeals process for when these people try to come in and establish themselves. A co-op or a grocery store, whatever the case may be, I look to each and every one of you here on the council, outside of District 1, to come up with a solution. Do more than just react. I'm not asking you here just to vote yes. I'm asking you to make a difference and to actually come up with a plan. Because as far as I'm concerned, District 1 has done more than enough work. They've come out here and they've cried their eyes out. They've given their heart away to you. They live through it every day. It is upon all of us, everywhere else in Tulsa, to be a neighbor. And you know what? A neighbor has no legal, as far as you can come up and say, just like they did last time, that you should do a boycott, you should look to your local community. A neighbor can look at what else is going on over there and just say, it's not my problem. You can do that. There is no legal obligation for you to do something. But if you do nothing, you're responsible for what happens next.
Followed by Charles Wilkes.
Could you repeat it while they're coming up, Alicia? I couldn't hear the first one.
Miguel Vaughn, followed by Charles Wilkes.
Thank you.
Hey, if you're on deck, you might want to just go ahead and scoot up to the wall up there for your turn so that it's a quicker, so you're not eating up time in between.
Thank you for the opportunity to address the council, Mr. Mayor. My name is Michael Vaughn, and I'm a native of Tulsa, and I'm a resident of District 1. I'm proud to say that I chose as an adult to make Tulsa my home after living almost 10 years in Japan. I would like to state also that I am in support of the moratorium on new discount dollar store developments in North Tulsa. There are some among you who will reject the idea of a moratorium out of hand as anti-business and anti-development. My community desperately needs economic development, and I certainly don't want to do anything that hinders that. However, we do as a city have a long-standing public policy of discouraging business developments and activities that go against the wishes, values, and long-term economic prospects of our communities. And our desperate need for economic growth, we cannot continue to allow developments which exploit the poor, sap economic resources from our community with no reinvestment in the community, and go against the long-term prospects of the community. Furthermore, neither the State Able Commission nor the City Zoning Commission can definitively address the legitimate concern of the community that these discount dollar stores will be able to sell strong beer and wine exempt of the 300-foot rule. There are some stores that are already there that might be able to sell, and they're right next to a church or a school. That has not been addressed, that has not been investigated. Neither the State Able Commission nor the City Zoning Commission can definitively address the number of beer and wine vendors allowable in any one geographic area. So that means that in the near future, North Tulsa could have an additional dozen new outlets selling beer and wine. Many studies already exist showing a correlation between crime and negative health outcomes and the number of liquor stores and beer and wine outlets in the community. We talked before about the life expectancy gap in North Tulsa and South Tulsa. There have been many efforts to identify the causes and close that gap. More beer and wine outlets in the community goes against that.